What up, everyone? Franchise Sports TV back again with another video. This week has been a rather odd one for me personally, outside of YouTube, but I'm still here. I just got a kick out of the laugh out of. I posted in the community tab how some schmuck tried to. I don't know what he was trying to do. He was trying to hype up some other channel on my channel. It's like, dude, get out of here. You dudes are getting weirder. Count my pockets, and now you trying to compare me to other YouTubers. It's like, if you love that YouTuber, go to their page. I'm not asking on this channel for absolute loyalty from any subscriber. If you on other channels, go ahead. I feel like I don't have to say that, but some people are weird like that. But anyways, so I heard a little bit of this podcast that Dwayne Wade has. I forgot the name of it. I think it's called The Way, I think it's what it's called. The Why. That's what it's called. The Why. And I feel like they recorded this episode probably before the All-Star break, 'cause they was talking about, Chris Paul was talking about his conversation with Russell Westbrook last week. So, I mean, it could have been last week or whatever. But I guess in the newest episode, Chris Paul was Dwayne Wade's guest on his podcast, The Why, and Paul discusses another potential trade destination that could have altered everything, the Miami Heat. And this was after LeBron James and Chris Bosh went to the Heat. Reading this off a little bit, ESPN, MSN, ESPN, whatever this is. The deal will have placed Paul on one of the most stacked rosters in NBA history, headlined by the three LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. By any real progress on the deal fell through an unconventional reason. And, I'm going to let you guys hear right here.
Do you remember so everybody talks about the trade that did not happen when you did not go to the Lakers, right? No one still understands it, right? Even though people have explained it.
You talking about Miami?
But do you remember the call with Brian, you and I, when we were thinking about when Riley wanted to trade to bring you to Miami?
Absolutely.
You remember us getting on the phone?
I was sitting in my condo and CJ was sitting. CJ was sitting on the couch, right? If you go back to my brother, always there. CJ was sitting on the couch, and we was talking about me coming to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
We was talking about me coming to Miami. We was talking about who gonna have the ball in their hands, how it's gonna work.
We having a conversation.
Yep, we having a conversation, right? And then who was it? Was it CJ? Was it CJ that said something about who gonna wear number 3?
Bro, that's what I wanted to get to. We talk about all this about who gonna have the ball. Okay, we can all play together now. CP, I can play off the ball. We done figured all that out. And somebody said, well, who gonna wear number 3? Silence.
Listen.
Messed the whole trade up.
That's why the trade ain't happened?
Messed the whole trade up because CP could wear number 3 in Miami. Messed the whole trade up.
I don't know what they was gonna do. Because you was older, you probably could have just wore 33.
No, I wasn't older.
You was older than me.
I was in my prime.
I know, but because you older than me, you just wear 33.
No. See, and so this is the conversation we're having, and I'm like, that's my number. He's like, well, that's my number.
Yeah, what we gonna do? CP6? No, that ain't it.
The basketball number means so much that.
So you saying we didn't get a chance to see this trade because of a number 3?
Man,
that's what I'm saying.
Listen,
wow.
I'm saying the trade didn't go down. Riley didn't pull the trigger. Because CP wasn't going to be able to number 3 because he could have Miami.
Listen, let me tell you. We had talked for a while, too. We had talked about what the team would look like.
Bro, we started getting excited.
We had talked about what the team would look like, all this different type stuff. And then I think it was CJ that was sitting over there. He was like, what number you going to wear? What number am I going to wear? What number he going to wear?
And that ended the whole conversation, everybody.
You know how the football teams, like 2 guys be having a number? We just gonna have to do something.
That's why I didn't go down. I remember when that question was posed, I was sitting there like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, just get another number. And CP like, no, like whole trade.
Was almost in Miami.
Whole trade.
Almost
because of the jersey number.
A whole Eagles experience.
D-Wade wanted to sacrifice
I wasn't going to
everything
D-Wade.
else.
I wasn't going to D9.
D wanted to sacrifice everything else. He didn't want to sacrifice his damn number. I tell you, man.
Listen. I sacrifice not getting touches. I sacrifice not getting the articles read and not getting the most money. But I am not giving up my number. I am not switching my number, so it didn't happen. I just want to know if you remember that, bro, because it's funny that no one knows that conversation happened, but really, obviously, a lot of things had to happen for it to get right. But the fact that we had that conversation about the number, and it went, that's when all of us was like, well,
I was in my condo in New Orleans. I had like a couch or whatever. I was sitting on one side. CJ was sitting on the other.
Everybody, they go to story for y'all. Man. Oh, man. All right, so that's...
They would have had half of the banana boat on that Miami Heat team. Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul kind of goes in. Basically, the whole podcast is about Chris Paul's career up until now. Kind of share some things of what happened in Houston. What happened in Houston with Carmelo Anthony, which I think they did him kind of bogus. But Carmelo Anthony doesn't get any sympathy for some whatever reason. But just to hear that they was trying to get that going. It's just like, this league this day, they even thought of them trying to gather full all-stars like that. Chris Paul, at the time, was still in New Orleans. He was Chris Paul, but he wasn't a Chris Paul that we most would know when he really got to the Clippers, right? But just the thought of them trying to put that team together and try to create some monster super team, it's crazy. But eventually, when somebody got their way, the Warriors got their way when it comes to that. The last decade or so, has been other. It's not. These dudes don't want to compete. They just don't want to compete. At all. They never wanted to compete. They wanted the easy way out. And this is all spearheaded by LeBron James himself. Sorry to put him out there like that, but this is the bottom line, the bottom truth to this whole thing. And it, I wouldn't say it breaks my heart, but it hurts my head to keep hearing people utter LeBron James is the GOAT. He should be top 5, at least number 2 behind Jordan. GOAT status. He is the GOAT. Should be in the conversation. It's like, how? How? This man, you guys already know. I'm not going to beat it on the head. But this guy has jumped from team to team to team to get rings. And they continuously, even after his death, continuously to act like Kobe Bryant was nothing. But he had Shaq. But Kobe kept winning. It took a couple years, but he kept winning. In the West. The tough West. But these kids don't get it. It's just annoying, but just the thought of them trying to get that together is crazy. But anyways, it is what it is. I'm glad it didn't happen. These people's GOAT in 2011 failed, got locked up by J.J. Barea, Jason Terry, caught cramps in San Antonio in 2014 when nobody else did. Continuing to keep taking the easy way out, but he's the GOAT. Man, I just can't believe people. I just can't believe in that. I just can't fathom why people would believe in that. Growing up, what made it doesn't even have to be Jordan. It can be anybody. Usually, people not put on a pedestal, but look up to people who had to grind it out, had to work, grind it out. Lose, grind it out, lose, grind it out, and then before they finally got to the top and stayed at the top. And they did it with limited help. I just don't get it. But anyways, it is what it is. Jordan's the GOAT. Kobe's in the top 5 conversation, like it or not.